Welcome to the Hey Jimmy podcast. For years, these five fools have spent way too much time together debating the most idiotic notions. Now they are recording for your pleasure. Put on your thinking caps and strap in for some weird and wild talking points.
Hey, Jimmy!
Hey!
I call this order of Jimmy's to order. That was weird. Let's just go with it. How's everybody doing today?
Doing
Just
good. How about you?
Great.
Great. We are without Alex today, which sucks, but he's got his family in town. We could give him a pass. At least one.
Happy Thanksgiving early. I mean, I'm guessing that's what they're there for, right?
Yeah, I wonder if that means he's doing it. Like, yeah. Well, they might be going down to visit his brother.
I was going to make an inappropriate joke about basting.
Okay. New topics today. About basting? Okay, make it.
No, it's already
Don't leave us
gone.
hanging now.
She's a
Nope.
master
Okay.
baster.
Base
That's-
today, gone
That's
tomorrow.
why I love you. Well, I mean, he does have a girlfriend now, so based away.
Yeah, shots
Yeah,
fired.
right.
Baster shot fired. Okay. Let's go.
Even
So
though this
we
won't
are
air
gonna spin-
anytime near Thanksgiving, so that'll all be moot.
No, but it might air for next Thanksgiving, and that'll be even funnier. Okay, I'm gonna spin the wheel. And we still have our list. What were the two that we already used?
I wasn't
Or
going to
not
delete them. I
count.
highlighted them
34.
just this way we don't duplicate
Oh,
them.
yeah,
So I
gotcha.
highlight them in red now.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna spin. Our number was 23.
23. Best accidental discovery the world has ever given us.
I don't know what's I mean, I can think of a few great things. I just can't think of
Antibiotics.
what's
Came off
accidental
of-
versus.
Came off a mold from bread. There we go.
That's true. That's a really great one.
Yeah, but was that accidental or were they actually searching for it? Because
No,
like
it was
what
accidental
I guess what I'm
because
reaching for is like an accident.
yeah, that was
Like
accidental
how
because
did we figure out?
the guy had a mold on his bread and ended up. I mean, they were looking at stuff like that and ended up looking at the mold that was on his bread and ended up being something.
Wait, what was he sick and he ate moldy bread?
No, he was a biologist who had moldy bread, and because he was a biologist, he took the mold off the bread and started messing around with it. And then they figured out it was an antibiotic.
Antibiotics.
Well, I mean that's very practical. I guess for me it's like what is the most non-practical?
See, I
Like what would be the best non-practical?
Well, I guess
in the sense of
That just jumps into my
you know,
head because I'm a
things that are
chemist, and
accidental.
that's a classical example.
Nerd alert.
Yeah, well,
I
it is
love
what
you.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm just
I've been working in
concerned. Like,
labs
you know,
since I
how
was
do people
18,
come up
so-
with the way to do certain things, right? So you know, we've
Yeah, like how the fuck did we figure out how to poach an egg? Like who like
exactly
who dropped an egg into water
and figured out the
just was
right way
like,
to do it.
bloop 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 and like made it.
And who
Tasty.
decided to milk a cow?
Yeah, and how many times did that go
Curiosity.
wrong before they successfully
You know,
milked
so-
a cow?
Well, I mean, observation. If you see the calves
Well-
milking on their mother, then obviously it's
Yeah, but
You know, some
why would you assume
dingleberry
you
had
could
to go
drink
and
it?
pull that udder that was hanging down.
so you can drink your mother's milk.
You know, I mean, how long has Truth or Dare been around? I'm sure somebody just was like, hey, yeah,
He's like,
you should
I
go
bet
try
you won't,
this.
I bet you won't put that in your mouth.
That's like who's the first like the slaves were the first ones really to eat lobster a lot because it was bycatch from what their masters wanted or whatever, and then it ended up being really good.
Look at
So
you
they're
being
like,
all
yeah, give us
smart
all
and
your
shit
lobster.
today. Although I guess it took some work to eat. You gotta smash the shell to eat it.
I mean, but how do you get to that point? How do you realize that you need to boil a lobster in order to eat the lobster.
I don't know. Were they boiling other meat?
Probably.
I
Like
don't
for
know.
stews and stuff.
I know boiled beef used to be a thing, but I'm not that good at history.
I mean,
so-
boiled beef is still technically a thing because you
Sous
have
vide?
sous verde.
Why?
Wait, how'd you say it?
Because sous verde.
Sous.
verde.
Sous verde.
You said sous
Yeah.
No,
verde.
I might
Sous
have
verde.
slipped, but it wasn't intentional. Sous verde.
Well, you boil
I know
corned
this.
beef for.
I'm not. This isn't
St.
the
Patty's
Kruig
Day.
thing.
Crew rig. But like, how did we figure out making lipstick? Like, is that just because somebody ate a berry and it like stained their lips, and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna like crush these berries and rub them on my lips?
Yeah, I mean that's
Like, that stuff is always interesting.
that is the shit they used to do. So I think I mean, as far as lipstick goes, that definitely
Yeah,
just
but
evolved.
why? You know, like we get to all these things, but like, why do we do that?
Okay, the lipstick thing, that's easy because as far as vanity goes, everybody likes to change their appearance. So it's like, oh look, my lip is a different color.
See, I assumed it went back to like caveman days where they tried to, like wear like the face paints to like, camouflage themselves into certain environments.
I feel like that's not what they did.
I feel like that's how
but
they discovered
since we're-
lipstick. I
Since
figure
we're
that's
just
how they
like
discovered
debating
lipstick.
and not using the internet, that makes sense.
I'm just, because like they would have known like, hey, if I mix this mud with this like, charcoal or something, I get this color, and then they can like do a thing, and that eventually translated into lipstick somehow, some odd amount of years down the line.
yeah.
So I just Googled it, and ancient Sumerian and
We just said we weren't using it.
Well, you know how Carrie is.
well, now I gotta know.
Yeah, right. When you gotta
She
know,
was-
you gotta know.
She was double checking me on the antibiotic thing.
I'm just curious.
let me make sure Joe's not talking.
No, I just like to read about it. I'm a nerd. I like going to museums and stuff. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I like seeing the information.
Your fiance wrong.
Ancient Sumerian and Indus Valley men and
That's
women
true,
were
too.
possibly the first to invent and wear lipstick about 5,000 years ago. Sumerians crushed gemstones and used them to decorate their faces, mainly on the lips and around the eyes. Now, granted, that's from Wikipedia, so take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, crushed gems. I feel like it would be more from like a hunter-gatherer aspect. Like someone ate a poison berry, or like got, or maybe they were just eating raw meat and there's blood.
But that would
everywhere.
just be a different purpose, because now you're talking about face paint for a practical purpose versus a lipstick which has no practical purpose other than vanity and looking different.
Yeah, but that's the point of it, right? Like that's why it was discovered, and someone was like, "Oh, that person looks better with full red lips."
Yeah, and I think they did. I know they're healthy to make their lips bigger and whatnot, but like drinking lead and stuff, it all goes back to
You
well,
mean like
it
how
seemed
people
like a good idea
inject
at the time.
Botox into their face today?
Right. I'm sure in a few years
And
we'll hear.
lip filler or whatever.
Sorry to anybody that has
Yeah,
filler
like-
in their face. That was that was not to
But, like-
be offensive. If you're into that, it's great. It's also supposed to be good for migraines, so
If you're into it. But like, how did we? Yeah, but like for me, the best accidental discovery are things that are like, how did we get peanut butter? Like, how did peanut butter become a thing? Right? Like, at what point did somebody go, "I'm gonna grind this up and see what it does"? And like, what were the failed tries? Like, oh, let me grind up these, like these peanuts with like these mustard seeds. Let's see what it tastes like. Like, how
Maybe
many
beyond-
times did it have to happen in order for it to be like
beyond peanut butter,
successful?
peanut butter and jelly.
How
But
was it
apparently,
an
peanut butter and
accident?
jelly is like an anomaly to people in Europe. So specifically, peanut butter and
Yeah.
jam, quote unquote.
Well, I mean, peanuts are definitely an American thing, right? I'm gonna say that, and now I have to check myself. Since we have checkers here.
Hey, you know what? There's only so much you can talk out your ass. I mean, this particular topic of where stuff came from.
1895 was when the peanut butter was invented.
By George Washington Carver.
No, by Dr. John Harvey Kellogg.
Oh, that guy.
Well, you know what? I say that, and he probably appropriated it. I would say that's probably John Washington Carver.
I know he's the big peanut guy.
Barnum and Bailey. That's the big peanut pusher.
Okay, I'm going on to history.com.
What, not Wikipedia?
Okay. So he had developed hundreds of products using peanuts, but not peanut butter, as often claimed.
Fraud.
So yeah, so it was Dr. Kellogg, the guy who also made all of the shitty cereal before his brother took it over and made really good cereal.
Before he started entering all that
Really-
sugary shit.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped eating cereal.
Yeah.
I like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut
Chicken
Cheerios
soggy
are
too.
really
Okay,
good.
See, here's appropriation. The earliest reference to peanut butter was not Kellogg. It's traced back to the ancient Incas and Aztec who ground roasted peanuts into a paste. But still, how did they figure that out? Was it something where they were like, "Oh, we have a lot of old people and we got to grind this shit up because it's going to be good for them."
I was gonna say maybe more
But
for
they have no
kids.
teeth.
I was gonna say maybe more for children, like babies. Giving them nourishment,
Who gives babies peanut
Well,
butter?
well, not. I don't mean necessarily as a peanut butter, but maybe they used it to mix with other things to make it flavorful for their kids, so they would, maybe eat it. I'm
Are you
guessing.
thinking of
I'm
dogs?
guessing.
It's like a dog when they cry too much, they give them peanut butter so that their mouth is too busy with the peanut butter.
Okay.
We can't give our kid
Um,
rubs, so we're gonna put peanut butter
think
in their
about it.
mouth.
I mean, the
so
only
it
other
stays
thing you
shut.
can mash up would be berries. So I mean, maybe they just thought, oh, maybe we can mash these up too. Maybe the kids will like them.
Okay, so here it's a protein substitute for people who would hardly be able to chew on solid food.
That's what I was thinking, either for protein or fat. But since I don't know
Both.
how conscientious they were about protein and fat, that's where I was kind of.
Right. I wasn't
about saying
considering.
it.
I know that protein is relevant for peanuts now, but back in the day, it may have just been something that they could eat.
Well, they probably noticed, when we eat this, we feel full.
True.
No, you got to eat
Okay,
a lot of
now
them.
I have to. Okay, so the first. Okay, this is from nationalpeanutboard.org, so you know it's got to be true. 1901, the first peanut butter and jelly sandwich recipe appeared in the Boston Cooking School magazine of culinary science and domestic economics, written by Julia Davis Chandler.
Hold on. What the hell was this recipe? You need a recipe for peanut butter and
She
jelly?
said to use currant or crab apple jelly and called the combination delicious as far as she knew.
As far as she knew, so she didn't actually eat it.
I mean, I don't know who wrote this, but
Maybe she didn't have any taste. That's why it was as far as she knew, because they realized that she was just eating random crap.
Okay, so here's some more information. Peanut butter and jelly, although that was the first time it came about, was in 1901. It did not become a breakthrough sandwich until the 1930s during the Great Depression.
Oh yeah,
Because at that point, we did not have pre-sliced bread.
Yeah.
So not everybody had access to bread. So,
yeah, peanut butter and jelly is good on anything.
and oh my gosh, okay, so here's how they discovered it. You want to know why they added grape jelly? Because they wanted something that wouldn't stick to the roof of your mouth as much. So the jelly was the lube for your mouth.
That makes
So
sense.
they added jelly lube to the peanut butter sandwich.
That's what my grandmother used to make us, peanut butter and butter sandwiches.
Ugh,
Yeah.
what?
Yep.
I don't know. You know what? I mean,
Why?
okay, so I'm not gonna say that that's disgusting in any way. It's different because I've never heard of anybody doing it, but it does make sense, and it is also butter is basically a fat that you would put on breads. So it's nothing different than having oil, it's oil, it's fat and oil, same thing that's in the butter already. So
Fat and oil are the same thing there, Steve.
no, not actually.
They're both lipids. One is fat
my
and
God.
oil are both lipids.
They have different-
They're in different forms.
Yeah.
Let's
Because
talk, Steve.
oil is a fat.
I'm not.
I
well,
promise you.
yes, I'm saying oil is fat, and fat has oil. Fat usually has oils, but to different degrees. And the reason why we don't call butter oil is because of the way that they're created.
Generically, people call, when people say oil, it's liquid. But yeah, oil and fat, basically same thing. They're lipids in different forms, chemically.
Thank you, Dr. Joe.
I know, because I have a degree in chemistry. It's a very basic term.
It's the basic bitch
I
of
just want to let
chemistry
you know, I'm gonna
of biochemistry.
I'm going to pull out the section where you say I have a degree in chemistry,
chemistry.
and that's just gonna be a bit that I'm gonna play from now on.
Yeah, but-
Anytime you say something very factual. No, it's
Well-
like in the best way possible. I don't mean it as a ruse. I just mean it as I think it's cool.
To be
got a
fair, like
biology
when
degree.
also when
soundboard
people
thing.
in cooking, like when people say fats, to be fair, generally they mean some sort of animal fat.
So eventually, we could all have
Yeah.
a soundbite that plays after we introduce ourselves, and Joe's could be
Yes,
and a biology
Why is my
and a biology degree.
we can
You see-
definitely do that.
What the hell did you do to your hand? Do it.
So guilty. sir.
somehow busted up my knuckles?
How?
Were
Just
you biting
getting angry
your
at her
knuckles?
for saying stuff?
I don't know what I did. I don't remember hitting my hand. And it's like sort of bleeding right now too, so
Yeah, it is. It's not kind of bleeding. It is bleeding.
it's all coagulated now.
Okay. Well, that must have happened before this.
Yeah.
Or during, whichever. I mean, it's dry skin season, so.
Well, just so you know, yeah, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches came to fame around World War II because it was on the ration menu.
Okay.
That
Just so you know.
I feel like I knew.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I thought I was having a stroke because I was hearing like dings in the background, but it was actually the Alexa alarm going off for me to turn off the crock pot.
Ah,
But I was like, how long has this fucking been going on? Kate put some chicken in the
Nice.
crock pot with some barbecue
Nice.
sauce.
barbecue.
We're gonna be eating
sauce.
some stuffed peppers, but
Do some pulled.
I totally
We're gonna
forgot
do
to
some like
defrost my chicken.
pulled chicken.
take it out now.
I was gonna make
You always
sesame
stick it in the-
chicken.
We're doing pulled chicken sliders. Oh wait, Steve. So if you put your chicken on aluminum foil and then you put it in the microwave and turn it on, it heats up real fast.
It might even be crispy before you cook it.
I did that once when I was a kid, but I
Ooh.
had Chinese takeout in those boxes, you know. I put that in the microwave, and you know they have the little metal handle, and completely
Yeah.
destroyed our microwave.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
see. Penicillin.
We almost destroyed ours here.
Go ahead.
Kate has a whole bunch of like older like dinnerware, whatever you want to say, they're plates that have like I guess a rim that's actual metal. So it was like tink tink the first time we put it on. It was like whoa.
Okay, I'm sorry. So this is no, I mean
Okay, you can keep going. Wasn't that good of a story?
it
I
could have
realized.
been real. Did you use foil, Steve?
Yes.
Don't listen to him, Steve.
Oh, I mean,
10
I
awesome
put it on. I
accidental
put it on. I
discoveries.
put it on an aluminum baking sheet with aluminum foil and like on it. We'll see.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for this.
Velcro. Joe already knew that one. The Big Bang. Not sure that's an accident
Yeah.
so much
Was
as
that accidental?
Well,
Viagra.
Yes.
Well,
Viagra.
I think-
Teflon, vulcanized rubber, Coca-Cola, with or without the Coke,
the
cocaine,
cocoa or whatever.
Probably with cocaine because that was how they sold it
radioactivity,
initially.
smart
But
dust.
you skip past Viagra.
Because the Nick already said it.
Vaseline.
Oh, Nick already did. Yeah,
S-
Viagra was like a cardio
what's,
pill.
What's smart dust?
No, it was for angina, they said.
Yeah, isn't that some sort of cardio thing? Like cardiovascular?
I typed in accidental in Google and my first result was accidental discharge.
I don't know. think Viagra was such an accident because people were looking to get. Oh, of
Yeah.
course it was. Actually,
No, but it was an accident because it was originally designed as heart
oh, of
medication,
course it was. Actually, I feel like that.
and they found out it just gave
Yeah,
people
for
erections.
angina.
And it worked really well, especially on your penis.
That it did. Chocolate chip cookies.
18 accidental and unintended discoveries.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, the microwave has come up on 2 different lists.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Apparently, chocolate
Oh
chip
man,
cookies.
sweet and low. What
Yeah.
were you saying,
For
Steve?
chocolate chip cookies, the inventor was Ruth Wakefield, owner of Toll House Inn, and she was trying to make chocolate cookies. While mixing a batch in 1930, she discovered she was out of baker's chocolate. As a substitute, she broke sweetened chocolate into small pieces and added them to the cookie dough. She expected the chocolate to melt, making chocolate cookies, but then little bits remained intact.
Is this off of Wikipedia? Because if so, I challenge
No, it
it.
was on the Insider.
Yeah.
From the Insider, yeah.
It's from Toll House. Is it from Toll House's website? Because that could be. Well, thanks, Ruth. Thanks
Business
for making
Insider?
my favorite type
Business
of cookie.
Insider? The Slinky?
LSD.
oh yeah.
LSD or the Slinky?
LSD.
Many derivatives are still used today. The guy who invented it, Albert Hoffman, he accidentally tasted his creation. While working with this chemical, Hoffman reported feeling restless and dizzy. Was characterized by extreme activity of the imagination, according to his own notes.
Well, that's what they thought. Like the Salem witch trials happened because of. They thought they had like a bad batch of rye that had that fungus on it, and people were basically tripping on LSD and killing bitches.
I think they were also just doing it to get rid of people they didn't like, because
Well,
I think it
that
was just,
too.
oh yeah, you're a witch, get out of here.
Yeah.
I saw that, yeah. Oh, Play-Doh.
I mean, that makes sense. Vaseline was an accident. And so the one that I'm looking at, there's an ad from like the 1930s, and it just says, "So pure you can eat it." So, it was invented in the 1850s though by Robert Cheesebro.
Jeez, bro.
Cheesebro. He was investigating an oil well in Pennsylvania. He caught upon a rumor of some strange substance called rod wax. If they would have named it that, it probably wouldn't have been used for everything it gets used for now. That intermittently gunked up some of their machinery. He also heard that workers at the well had been using it to soothe cuts and burns on their skin. Rod wax.
Post-it notes.
Cheese Bros Rod Wax. Get your rod waxing.
Someone didn't pick that up for a Lube name?
I mean, we could look it up, but
It's kind of it feels like a missed
I don't wanna
opportunity. It feels like I'm not looking that up. If you want to put that in your browser, that's cool.
hold on, I'm gonna do it. Let's see. I'm gonna accidentally rod wax. Oh, it just came up with petroleum. Riley's fishing rod
Or
wax.
that, or like car
Cornflakes.
The
wax.
story. There's one came up. It's called from damninteresting.com. Story of Vaseline. Damn interesting. I don't think I want to read the whole.
So cornflakes were an accident, according to this. John and Will Kellogg, the two brothers,
Mhm.
were trying to boil grain to make granola. In 1898, the brothers accidentally left the pot boiled grain on the stove for several days. The mixture turned moldy, but the product that emerged was dry and thick. After a few days experiments, they got rid of the mold and created cornflakes.
That makes sense.
Oh, now that makes me really not want to eat corn.
Yeah, well, I mean, cornflakes, grape nuts, those have been around since before World War One.
So
Because
1898.
they used to use. Yeah, I mean, they used to use it for like in the sanitariums as like a diet. Grape nuts is like one of the oldest like Kellogg's things, I believe.
But then you also have it's not like mold has been, not present, in foods in history. I mean, think about it. I mean, we have, blue cheese, which is literally just mold and cheese.
Okay, so specifically, I think you touched on the best one so far that I have stumbled on, and that is pasteurization.
Eh?
That was accidental.
Accidental.
Accidental?
There you go.
Wow. Listen, we're gonna put everything in post. You don't need to have a little thing.
Oh, I do.
Okay, so yeah, so I think that wins for me. Not fire, not medicine, but like making cheese is definitely one of the best for me. I don't know about y'all.
Well, yeah, making it so that the cheese doesn't go bad in
Yeah.
a couple days. That definitely matters.
Now I want to look.
Or really any dairy. But I don't know. I like fire
But
too.
was that an accidental discovery?
I don't know.
You have to ask Prometheus.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll just thank Prometheus just in case. Thanks, man.
I want to know the whole story about pasteurization. Yeah.
Louis Pasteur.
And the birth of food safety pasteurization.
I'd also like to thank whoever first decided to combine
Oh yeah,
chocolate
fuck
and
yeah,
peanut
look
butter.
that up. Let's see who fucking did that shit.
Didn't
It's
Family
probably
Guy
Nestle Toll
Didn't Family
House,
Guy
that
already
bitch.
answered this question?
His
Didn't
name
Family
is
Guy already
Reese.
answer this question for us? They got into an accident and the
His
chocolate
name is
went into
Reese.
the peanut butter.
I think we're gonna have to like beep that out because we're not allowed to use Family Guy in here.
Why? You're
I'm just
allowed to
joking.
Oh my
mention
god,
things.
Joe,
I
yes,
was
you're right.
joking.
Oh, what did I say? Harry Reese.
Okay, Reese's, the day chocolate and peanut
See?
butter collided. It was invented by a struggling dairyman, so combination
Whoa.
of pasteurization, named Harry
Listen,
Reese.
okay, Alex would be on board for
What I
this right
said,
now.
man.
Reese worked on a dairy
I
farm.
like how we started with accidental inventions.
Reese worked on a dairy farm owned by Milton Hershey.
Yeah. So, any more information, or are you just
So
gonna leave
that
me
was
hanging?
the first one. People seem to. I'm still
You're
trying
just
to
like-
look up. So he seems to be mostly the peanut butter cup. So he invented the peanut butter cup, obviously, but that seems
Purposeful,
to be
not accidental.
Oh, this says the Reese brothers. I don't know who the other Reese is. Oh, sorry, that's Wikipedia. Let me skip that. Business Insider says about the fascinating rise of Reese's peanut butter cups.
1879. Oh, that's when he was born.
In Pennsylvania, he started creating confections in his basement, naming bars and candies after his many children. So I just thought that was funny that he was making chocolate out of his basement.
Like a real weirdo.
You want to come down and get some
Oh
chocolate?
man, that just does not sound right.
I was just looking at the origin of ice cream. That's pretty accidental. Who wants my basement chocolate? He's just like selling it out of the clear story window from his basement, just like, here, take some chocolate.
You want my downstairs chocolate?
Oof, no, I don't want any of your downstairs chocolate.
I knew where you were going with that.
Okay, I think we'll end on that. I don't want any of your downstairs chocolate. Thank you all for this lovely conversation. And I think we decided that the best accidental discovery was technically pasteurization, because pasteurization led to chocolate, which led to chocolate and peanut butter. Wow, we went full circle on that. That was pretty good. So chocolate and peanut butter are like the best accidental discoveries. Yeah. Thanks, smart people.
All of life's endeavors all led to that.
Yeah. Okay, I will see you all another time.
Later.
Agent May.
Agent May.
Agent May.
Jimmy!
Thanks for listening to Hey Jimmy. Big shout out to Anthony Morantz for our voiceover, Skane Music for creating our intro, and Sergio Duarte for creating our cover. All artists can be found on the freelance platform Fiverr. You can catch Hey Jimmy every week on all major streaming platforms.